kayak through canyons and cities, scramble up 10,000-foot peaks, and bike on breathtaking trails that cut through pines and sagebrush. For more outdoor ideas, go to visitrenotahoe.com. Danny Glisham, you have some information for us.
All right, Sandy has got the unofficial results. And by the way, Sandman, you look great in your Hollywood Flying Eyes sunglasses. You got
yes,
eagle eye.
and I want to thank these people
for that.
Oh, you
All
bet.
right, let's give them the results. Sandy.
All right, well, the good news is, ladies and gentlemen, there were no cuts. So race number 4, Jeff Laval took the checkered flag first, followed by race number 73, I'm sorry. No, they made a mistake here, I'm sure.
On the
75. Race number 75, which was Johnny Mazzala, followed by race number 63, that is the King Cobra, and followed by 55 or 62, and last place in that race was Ken Gottschalk in Man O' War, race number 55. A clear race, no cuts. I love that. Winning speed was 321.398. We thank you.
We always are acknowledging when we can celebrity sightings. And here's Daryl Fisher. And I'll tell you about what this great man and his team does. He was lucky enough to purchase an airplane from his grandfather. After he said, "Can I have the airplane, Granddad?" Granddad said, "I'd be happy to sell it to you." Now, what that started, through his generosity, he's a guy from Minden, Nevada, he started to give biplane rides in a World War II open cockpit trainer to gentlemen who were World War II veterans who were in nursing homes and assisted living homes. One airplane led to 2 around the country, led to 3 airplanes, more pilots, more airplanes. Now, Daryl Fisher, the great work that you do for our unsung heroes of the greatest generation, how many airplanes are giving away rides to these great individuals?
Thanks, Danny. Yeah, we've been blessed. We have now 6 airplanes. We've flown in 49 states honoring senior veterans. This year, we just passed 6,300 flights since we started, and so it's been an amazing journey. We've truly met heroes and honored the greatest generation, flown thousands of World War II veterans all over the country.
While we have time, the reaction on their face during, sometimes you said it takes you 20 minutes to put one of these veterans. Now they're pushing 100 years of age.
Our oldest veteran, we've flown 2 World War II veterans at 104. And so when you put a 100-year-old veteran in an open cockpit biplane, it's magic, Danny. It's absolute magic.
And you say the smiles on their face and their eyes light up, they become a different person.
It takes them, they go from 100 back to 60. They have tears of joy, big smiles. It's amazing.
Daryl Fisher, what you and your team do to the greatest generation and our veterans on an all-volunteer basis is a great example of how it should work. Daryl Fisher, an award winner, thank you so much.
Thanks, Danny.
Give him a big round of applause and his entire team, making a difference. Okay, Joe Swindell is here. He was racing yesterday, and by the way, doing pretty darn good in L29, a borrowed airplane. It's like a rent-a-car, you know.
The only true all-terrain vehicle.
I'll give you this. I'm sorry, Joe. Got a little busy on those microphones.
No
Joe's got the microphone
worries,
now.
Danny.
He is a jet racer. He raced yesterday. He's back out. He did so good yesterday, they grounded him today to come here and announce. Would you introduce the airplanes and the pace plane now?
I'd be happy to do it. Our pace jet's flown by Jay Obernothi, that beautiful Embraer jet, on the pole position for this Silver Heat race. Hi, everybody. By the way, I'm Face Punch. I'm a jet class racer, as Danny said, and introducing you and talking you through our race today. In the second position, right next to Scott Gusakov in 84, the Tumbling Goose would be race 12, and Matty Guthmiller flying Alpine Thunder, the rookie out of Alpine, Wyoming. In race 55, the racing veteran, Bob McCormick, flying the Spirit of Freedom, that beautiful silver, number 55 out of Reno, Nevada. All the way from Bathurst, New South Wales, Australia. Next jet in the line is race 61, flown by George Ryan today, and Miss Independence. And second to last position, we got number 17, Al Cool Breeze Hoover, retired Air Force test pilot, flying Texas Fuga, that French jet that Danny and I love so much. And then bringing up the rear, race 555, expect him to be making some moves up the laps. Race 555, Mark Davis, corporate pilot out of Houston, Texas.
All right, now, if you're due, just like the Unlimiteds and the Sport and the T6s, they'll be taking off, and Joe will introduce them again as they pass the start-finish pylon. Then they'll take some time to go out and form up. They again will be coming in over our left shoulder, line abreast off the Pace airplane, and we'll pipe into the cockpit and see if we can hear the command, "You have a race."
And any folks over in the quote-unquote cheap seats in general admission, please come by the jet pits. We're wide open to everybody. We'd love to have you by. We got a great booth selling some great swag there, and love to have you by. We're a pretty friendly group of folks. So please come on, stop by the jet pits a little bit later in the afternoon, just past the Heritage Tent and just before the military pits.
All right, well, we got a little time. Let's use it, Roy Hathaway, if we could, to thank some people.
Yes, like to pay some bills. For over 15 years, Assured Partners Aerospace has been proud to sponsor and insure the Reno Air Races. As one of the nation's largest aviation brokers, our aviation specialists help you find coverage for the right price. Whether you're flying on your own, renting from others, instructing, or running an aviation business, we have an unmatched depth of knowledge and resources driven by the desire to set a new standard for service and responsiveness. Visit assuredpartners.com/aerospace for more information and discover the meaning of power through partnership. Enjoy your time here at the 2023 Reno Air Races. Hey, race fans, are you thirsty? Stop by one of our concession stands and get yourself an ice-cold Aquafina water. Aquafina, pure water, perfect taste. And the National Championship Air Races are proudly sponsored by Maury Distributing, Michelob Ultra, and Stella Artois, who would like to remind you to drink responsibly and always designate a driver. Well, where are you racing to next? Well, we can't all pilot an aircraft through the sky, celebrating the world's fastest motorsport. With 20-plus nonstop flights across 11 different airlines, Reno Tahoe International Airport is here to get you where you want to go. Peppermill, Reno's premier AAA four-diamond resort, has been named one of the top 10 best casinos in the nation by USA Today's 10 Best.
Our racing continues here. Championship Sunday 2023 National Championship Air Races from Reno, Nevada. And this is Jet Silver, the silver class, and we are about to award the silver medal based on the results of this race we have before us. And they're beginning to line up and get ready to be airborne and get the procedure started.
Absolutely. The first aircraft taking off there is our pole sitter, Scott Gusikoff. Milan, Michigan, race 84, the Tumbling Goose, in L39.
That's race 12, Matt Guthmiller from Alpine, Wyoming. Alpine Thunder is the name of the plane in L39.
Here's Bob McCormick, race 55, the Spirit of Freedom. He's the first L29 we've seen in this class so far. Both the 39 and the 29 from the Aero Voda Corporation.
This is Tammy Camilleri, it says, piloting this one, 61, Miss Independence. That's from Innislade, Queensland, Australia.
And here is the one and only unique jet we have here. This is Al Hoover. Race 17 out of Elbert, Colorado. The aircraft is called the Texas Fuga. It's a Fuga CM-170 Magisteer, French-made jet.
And this is race 555, Mark E. Davis from Houston, Texas. Phoenix L39C. in the 6th starting position.
So, Tommy, as our final competitor gets airborne, we will depart, circle back around Peavine Mountain, and line up. We will eventually race on our 8-mile largest course, 6 laps, speeds exceeding 500 miles an hour. These are the fastest of the racers here at Reno, where we have the fastest motorsport on the planet all along. And the class is dominated, as you saw, in this mix of 6. By the L29 Delphine and the L39 Albatross. Those are the both from the Aerovoda Corporation. Then also the French Fuga Magister in this class is there as well. 1950s French era jet. This class, Tommy's our newest, next to newest class. Debuted in 2000 as a exhibition. And now it's a regular thing here for us. There you can see our 8-mile course from overhead. You see how we make the left-hand counterclockwise turns. There we are starting behind Peavine Mountain, the pace plane today flown by Jay Obernolte, the congressman from California, in the Embraer 505. He will say, gentlemen, you have a race. He'll pull up. The racers can advance in front of each other, accelerate, but they've got to stay in their lanes till they get to the guide pylon. Then once on course, it looks a lot like this from the previous race, Tommy, 500 miles an hour, 50 feet above the sagebrush around the desert, and it will be nothing but excitement here in a bit. The qualifying speeds from the heat laps for this class of 6 have been very tight. We expect a very competitive race.
Again, this is the silver class, and we are going to award the silver medal at the end of this one. It's all medal races from here on out today on this ultimate day of the ultimate air race event. The jets are airborne. They're getting it sorted out in the sky, and racing will commence when we return. Decades. And this is the silver class in the air of jets. As you mentioned, Rob Lowe, our second youngest of the classifications here.
Yeah, Tommy, and what a great look here of our field as they get circled around the mountain. You can see our Embraer 505 business jet. You'll be able to hear the pace plane talking to the jets as they come around. Here is the shot from the guide pylon looking straight back up the chute, where you should be hearing momentarily that they have a race, and we'll be on. Tommy, at 500 miles an hour plus, we're going to eat up the field really fast. 2 football fields per second is what you're going to see at 50 feet. There comes the smoke. We are about ready to start here, Tommy.
Up 17, just a little forward. 61. Back. Back. 61 looks good. Just keep it level. 84, bring it up just a little bit. 555. Move forward. You have a race.
There we go. We just heard it there, Tommy. We have a race. The pace plane pulls up and above to provide the safety function. These jets now have to stay in their lane until they get to the guide pylon, at which point they can begin to complete the pass. But they're coming at you, Tommy, right into our living room, 500 miles an hour. Here we go. Position, Tumbling Goose able to hold that position as they make the turn. He stays in the lead first around the corner there. But Alpine Thunder, Matt Guthmiller, the dark blue aircraft you can see right behind him in second, and the other competitors starting to string out behind. But Tumbling Goose, Scott Guskoff doing a great job leading it out there. But Guthmiller in the race 12, the dark blue aircraft, as we head into the Valley of Speed for the first time, Tommy, this is a great look of what it looks like to be down low this fast in a jet at Reno. We've completed lap 1, Tommy. We're already starting to work on lap 2, 500 miles an hour around this 8-mile course. Clicks off really quick.
Scott Gusikoff there. Tumbling Goose had a busy week of racing here. He's raced in both the gold and the silver class. He is the top qualifier, as it turns out, in the silver class. And look at the medal here.
See a great look of him there from our pylon cam up in the foothills near the guide pylon. We also have pylons out a little bit more in the desert to give our viewers just fantastic views from all angles of this incredibly competitive racing action here at the National Championship Air Races. Our final time, Tommy, that we're going to award a silver medal here in Jet. We're going to do it here in just a few minutes.
Definitely witnessing history here, as we have been all week long. Very important moment in air racing.
Gusikoff able to hold the lead and has just really settled in here without too much challenge from the back. He's got the airplane locked in. Makes me think about years ago, Robert Hoot Gibson, the astronaut, Navy fighter pilot, and race champion extraordinaire, told me when in the jet class, you basically just set the throttle to 106%, turn on the friction lock, and fly the airplane and be a pilot. And that's what we're seeing happening right here. Gusikoff is showing us how it's done in race 84.
By 423 miles an hour. That's time from his heat yesterday.
5-5, you are clear.
Great shot of the Valley of Speed. These truly are the fastest of the aircraft here this weekend in Reno. Here's the split screen leader on the right. In the left side, you see Matt Guthmiller, Alpine Thunder, another L39. Great look at that beautiful blue and white aircraft. You can tell he's about a quarter lap behind.
Yeah,
right at the moment here, Tommy.
Quite a lead for race 84.
Speeds that came out of the heat racing up through yesterday, Gusikoff had about 20 knots faster than Guthmiller, and that's kind of what we're seeing here. Slowly increasing that lead, pulling away from him. Tommy, we have a minimum altitude of 50 feet going around the entire course, 8 miles all the way around. We have 9 pylons in total. But on the southern end, right where Gusikoff is approaching right now, we do have a maximum altitude of 250 feet right there for a short portion of the course, and that's all about safety. If there were to be any kind of a incident, then we would have the altitude helps ensure that the spectators and the pilots and everybody involved are safe. Aircraft can be too low or too high. They can also turn in short of the pylons. We have judges at every pylon that would call a pylon cut as well.
Well, they're chewing up these 8 miles very, very quickly here. We're already on lap number 5 of 6.
There you see Gusikoff continues to take the tumbling goose one more time around the guide pylon. Guthmiller on the right side makes his way up towards the guide pylon, headed for the foothills. Here he comes in right into your living room. Beautiful airplane against this crystal clear blue Nevada sky we have here today, Tommy. Perfect conditions, but on the left side you see our leader rounding pylons 7, 8, and 9 as he makes his way back towards the home pylon. And here he comes to the white flag, Tommy, right there. One more time around for Scott Gusikoff and the Tumbling Goose.
555, you are clear.
Continue to hear some of the radio traffic between the pilots. There is the Fuga jet as it goes by. Back to our leader. He's now in the far northern end of our
Came from starting position number 1, always an advantage. Getting to fly exactly the race he wanted to fly.
Here comes our second place aircraft. Guthmiller, the Alpine Thunder. And here we are Tommy, for the final time on this race. Our leader coming through the Valley of Speed, turning around pylon 7, 8, and 9. He is headed for the home pylon and what appears to be the bronze medal. I'm sorry, the silver medal.
Yes,
silver medal.
Runway 8, wind 121.
There it is, unofficially your silver medal winner. Now here, coming out of the Valley of Speed right here, Guthmiller, Alpine Thunder. He is headed for a second place finish here in the silver race, it appears, Tommy. Just gotta love that sound. What a beautiful, beautiful sight here in Reno. Unofficially second place for him. There's 555 Mark Davis, apparently in third.
55 off and over to left.
There is the Spirit of Freedom, the L29, as it turns and enters the Valley of Speed. Time headed towards home. Checkered flag for the Spirit of Freedom right there. And here comes the Texas Fuga. Beautiful Lone Star paint scheme on this beautiful airplane as he comes across the finish line here at Reno, Tommy. 59 years of racing. We've got jets, we've got silver in the books. Wow.
First French-made jet in 59 years was the Fuga. So a little bit more history being made this day. Certainly an important footnote.
There he is on the right side of your screen, but it was our leader right there in the top as we began from the pole position. Scott Gusikoff in the Tumbling Goose was out front from the start. We get a great look at the Fuga jet as it made its way around the course throughout the race. But Gusikoff, race 84 here, was able to take that pole position, as you said, Tommy, take advantage of it. Spirit of Freedom there mid-race, back to our leader. This is kind of two-thirds of the way through the race. He continues to be right on track. Second place, Matt Guthmiller, race 12, Alpine Thunder out of Alpine, Wyoming. Just really put on a show for us this week. And then here, the French Majesty, Texas Fuga. Looking beautiful going by the guide pylon one last time. But here as we come to the end of the race, this is Guthmiller in the beautiful blue and white L39, and there's your leader in another L39. One last time they make it away through the Valley of Speed, head for home. Let's get to hear that sound, nearly 500 miles an hour. And here comes our leader to the checkered flag, Tommy. Scott Gusikoff, race 84, followed by race 12, Matt Guthmiller in Alpine Thunder.
555 in third place, unofficially, it appeared right there. Scott Gusikoff, unofficially, Tumbling Goose 84, your winner of the silver medal here in jet racing. Final go around here in Reno. Matt Guthmiller, Alpine Thunder in second place, race 12. Race 55, Phoenix, Mark Davis in third. Bob McCormick in the Spirit of Freedom, race 55. George Ryan, Miss Independence, race 61, and race 17, Al Hoover in the Texas Fuga. Jet